welcome back to my channel. This is my video specifically for the sign of Cancer, ascendant Cancer, and to a lesser extent Sun and Moon in Cancer, for the T-square activation of Saturn in Aquarius, Mars in Leo, and Uranus in Taurus that is happening the week of June 28th through July 4th. I made a sign-by-sign forecast for all the 12 signs, but I accidentally skipped over Cancer in my notes. So you guys get your own little special video that's made on a totally different day that I made the rest of the videos, because I just realized it this morning. So let's talk about these activations for Cancer so that you guys can have an idea of how these are playing out for you this week in the context of this T-square activation that's going on. So for you guys Cancers, you have had Saturn transiting your 8th house for quite a while now, and you have Uranus transiting your 11th house, and Mars is now moving into your 2nd house. So with Saturn in the 8th house, that means for quite a while now, you guys have really been undergoing some type of limitation or frustration or being pushed to work really, really hard in terms of sort of like reconfiguring your psyche and the deep intertwined complex relationships that you have with other people, and also joint resources and like financial like intertwinements and obligations to other people, and any type of like inheritance, or just it really has to do with these deep connections and entwinements with other people that are sort of like binding, that we have a hard time getting out of. And that also has to do with like the deep and inner working, inner nature, what goes on under the surface of our psyches, that a lot of times lead us into these intertwinements and relationships that can lead to, you know, joint finances and other people's intertwinements with other people's resources and stuff like that. So for you guys, there has definitely been some type, Saturn has been asking you really to do a lot of work on the inner nature of your psyche and on your subconscious mind. And really, like, you may be feeling very frustrated and very limited in terms of, there may be like things holding you back in terms of like other people's money or other people's resources or other people's financial situations that are causing you frustrations or limitations right now somehow. There could be financial issues that are causing you guys frustrations and problems, and there could be like mental health issues, or you might be like really struggling with deep wounds or deep traumas from a very long time ago from the past that are sort of like coming up to the surface and making you feel like debilitated or held back or frustrated in some type of way. And that is because Saturn is transiting your 8th house. And the 8th house, this is ruled Scorpio, it's ruled by Pluto. It's very hard to explain and describe because it's everything that's basically under the surface and that we don't see, but yet has a very strong and powerful impact over our lives, our relationships, and our finances. So for you guys, in a lot of ways, you may not even be able to like pin down what's causing the frustration or the limitation. And that's because it is happening in that 8th house, and it is happening as a result of these like deeply hidden complexes, okay? And now moving on to Uranus, you guys have Uranus right now transiting your 11th house. And the 11th house, this is like our friends groups and the organizations that we're a part of, and our hopes and goals and wishes for the future, and social networks, social organizations, social groups, friend groups, stuff like that. There are some major unexpected changes that are going to be happening in terms of who you associate yourself with, how you see yourself in relation to the groups that you associate with, the role that you play in your friends groups, the types of people that you socialize with, your social networks, your organizations. Some type of major shift or change is happening in terms of the people, the other people that you associate with and that you largely get your identity from to an extent, and you know, that really are a part of like your overall understanding of reality and your purpose and what you do to serve the greater good, sort of. There is definitely something that is going to be, if it hasn't happened already, some type of major shift, shocks, surprises, things happening in like revolving these types of associations with other people, because as you go through this process of clearing your psyche, it's really kind of like a with Saturn in the 8th, a really kind of like redoing the foundational nature of how your psyche operates on the deepest levels. This in turn is having an impact on the types of groups and organizations and people that you are wanting to associate with generally, and also your role within these groups. Because if you're changing and being forced to make these changes on such a fundamental level, it's also impacting you as a person and what you gravitate to and what you attract and what you're interested in and what you want to contribute to and participate in. So these are the ways that these two dynamics are kind of playing out for you. And with Uranus going through your 11th, just major shifts in terms of the types of people and groups and organizations that you're associated with, and also in terms of the goals that you have for your future and sort of what direction you want to take and what you want your overall picture going forward to look like. And now you guys have Mars coming into the second house. So this means that with this T-square activation this week, as Mars is in Leo and moves into opposition with Saturn in your 8th house, you could be feeling very heated or angry, or there could be some conflict, some tension going on for you around finances, around your home, around the projects that you're working on, around your comfort, your security, your material possessions, and also how you are feeling about your own internal value. You might be really experiencing a desire to just sort of like go off on, or sort of like attack, or have some very harsh words for anyone that you feel, or anything that you feel like is holding you back financially right now, or implicating your finances, or contributing to your financial limitations and restrictions right now. You might just be kind of over it with Mars in the second house, because the second house, this is the house of Taurus. It rules our money, our security, our comfort, our material possessions, our own internal value and sense of self-worth, and just generally like what makes us feel safe and secure and comfortable, and also the projects that we're working on, and also what we build around us, like our home, to give us this stability, this comfort, this security in our lives. And so you're really probably going to want to watch a desire to just kind of like demolish your home, or abandon a financial situation, something like a job, or some way that you make money, just kind of like want nothing to do with it anymore. Or you might be feeling really angry towards anyone who you feel like is diminishing or disrespecting your own internal value, your personal contribution, your self-worth. Or you might have some like internalized anger this week towards yourself in regards to feeling that lack of self-worth and that lack of value, and it like turning over into your lack of comfort, stability, safety somehow in your financial life right now. So you guys, you're really going to kind of want to be careful about just, being too dramatic, or too just holding, being too aggressive with anything that's having to do with someone or something involved in your finances right now, or relationships with other people that you feel like are contributing to a financial situation that you're not like all that thrilled about, or just like sort of feeling kind of angry about the state of your finances right now, the state of your home right now, the state of your money situation and your ability. Also, this has to do with like fine dining and just really being able to enjoy food and luxury and spend money the way you want to and enjoy material pleasures and comforts. So with you guys, you're going to kind of want to watch also just like spontaneously spending money. Like that's another thing that you're not going to want to do under this, is just sort of just wanting to like spend money on anything that you feel like is going to make you feel more comfortable, because this also might not have the long-term consequences that you might anticipate. You with Mars going through your second house, you're just going to want to kind of hold back in terms of any big financial changes that you're impulsively feeling called to make right now, because they just might not have the best long-term outcome, unless of course this is something that has been needing to happen for a very long period of time. You've been resisting it, you've been hiding from it, you just kind of haven't wanting to participate in it because of the discomfort that it might bring you. In that case, universe may put you in a position this week where you have no choice but to like aggressively address these options. If that's not the case, Cancer, this week, kind of, careful spending money, careful just like indulging in things, and being overly aggressive with people who are getting in the way of spending money or making money. So that's basically what I have for you guys, Cancer, this week. If you enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and tune into my video tomorrow for the astrological outlook for the day. See you later, guys. Bye.